In this video you will see how my wife and I hiked one of the most beautiful trails in the world, the Lycian Way in Turkey. We climbed cliffs with the ropes instead of paths, found hidden beaches, got chased by goats, and somehow turned it all into the best vacation we've had in years. From hiking through mountain trails to kayaking across the Mediterranean, this was our week of chaos, peace, and everything in between. After years of talking about it, my wife and I finally took a vacation, just the two of us. And when it came to choosing where to go, we realized something. We are kind of done with Europe where we live, because we didn't want another trip to coffee shops, museums and cathedrals. We've seen that. Instead, we wanted something real, something that makes you earn the scenic view at the end of the day. So we packed our bags and flew to Turkey, a mix of East and West, full of sun, food and adventure. And this is how it started. Our trip started in the most romantic way possible, with 3 different types of public transport and 0 sleep. Since we live in a small village, the journey began with a car ride, then a train, and finally our first flight. By the end of it, we realized something funny. It would have been cheaper and faster to just drive. But hey, that's kind of wisdom you only gain after you've made the mistake. Before the flight, we grabbed breakfast at McDonald's. Technically, we grabbed only coffee and tea, because mom packed us food for the road and we couldn't let it die. We flew out from Sofia in Bulgaria and landed in Istanbul, the city that smells like kebabs and history at the same time. Our layover in the airport was long enough for lunch, so we dove straight into Turkish cuisine, lentil soup and durum döner. Simple, cheap and way better than any overpriced airport sandwich. Then came our second flight, a domestic one to Dalaman, followed by another bus ride to reach our first hotel. By that point we were running purely on caffeine and travel enthusiasm. We checked in, took the world's most satisfying shower and pretty much collapsed into bed because day 2 was waiting, and that's when the real trip began. We woke up at the hotel and went straight to the breakfast buffet, which was included in the stay. We were staying at a place called Montaverde. Super friendly stuff, cozy vibe, and a bunch of cats begging for food like they own the place. After breakfast, we decided to hit the beach, the one with the clearest, bluest water I've ever seen in my life. It's actually a pay-to-enter beach, about $2 per person to get in, but honestly totally worth it if you are into just chilling on the sand with 0 worries.
So, we are at the Blue Lagoon, one of the best beaches in Turkey, and I don't know anything about it.
No.
Okay, so it's just beautiful and we enjoyed it.
Beach.
We are not really the lie on the beach all day type though, so after a quick swim around the rocks nearby, we grabbed some food and decided to go catch the sunset from Mount Babadag. You can get to the top by cable car. It costs around $15 per person, and trust me, it's worth every cent. The views are insane. It's also a hot spot for paragliders who jump off from 1800 meters, and watching them take off into the sunset is honestly hypnotizing. We took a ton of photos, had some Turkish tea, watched the sky turn orange, and that's how we wrapped up day 2. But that's when things started to get really interesting. Finally, the day we'd been waiting for. The reason we even planned the whole trip. The Lycian Way. Now, quick side note. The Lycian Way is a 500+ kilometer trail stretching along the coast of southern Turkey, known as one of the most beautiful hikes in the world. Of course, we didn't go the whole way, we're not that crazy, we just tackled the western part of it near Fethiye. For the first day, our plan was to cover around 12 kilometers, which doesn't sound too bad. until you realize we are both carrying 40-liter backpacks weighing about 10 kilos each. If you are an experienced hiker, for you it's probably nothing, but for us, total beginners, it was brutal. The trail isn't a flat road, it's up, down, up again, then down so steep that your knees just gave up and rolled downhill on their own. We stopped a lot, like a lot.
Couple of words here and there.
Mauricio! I can't move it anymore.
Maurice!
So our checkpoint for today for Alge, and it's in 7.5 kilometers from here. We want to make a stop in their nearby cafe to eat some guzleme and drink some tea.
At one point halfway through, we found this small family-run spot where they make fresh guzleme, a kind of flat bread stuffed with herbs, cooked on a stone plate, served with honey and veggies. We washed it down with some tea and kept going.
We just finished our lunch and we're gonna continue our way. These Turkish traditional pancakes called guzleme wasn't that tasty actually. They were a little bit dry and we want to have a little bit more of snacks, something sweet, so we stopped here in the forest just to relax a little bit.
By then our legs were done, our feet were blistered, but we had no choice. The only hotel we booked was at the end of the trail, so we just kept walking. And finally, right around sunset, we made it. Completely exhausted but proud. Because of that feeling when you've actually earned the rest, it hits absolutely different. Little did we know though, this wasn't even the hardest day yet. We woke up to another perfect morning, had breakfast on the cozy little terrace with a killer view, packed our backpacks, and set off for the Butterfly Valley. But here's the catch, you can't actually hike down to the Butterfly Valley. Officially, tourists are only allowed to get there by boats. The land route is closed because of rockfall danger. But of course, some people ignore that rule and go down the way. So, yeah. We decided to become some people. Why? Let's just say curiosity won. At first, the trail looked like a normal hike, nothing special, until suddenly the trail turned into a climbing course.
Okay, so
Ropes.
I guess we're climbing. What the hell?
Just ropes.
Why did I sign up for it? I thought I went hiking, not climbing.
Tied to rocks, swinging on the wind like some kind of sketchy adventure park.
It's some unlucky tourist blood. God damn it.
Saying it was scary would be an understatement.
250 meters left to the ground.
When you see how far you'd fall if you sleep, your soul just leaves the chat. And the worst part, if something happens, you twist an ankle, hit a rock, there is no one around. No hikers, no path, no signal. Just cliffs, silence, and us. Oh, and 10-kilo backpacks pulling you backward every time you move. We had to climb down using 3 ropes in total, each one sketchier than the last. And when we finally reached the bottom and saw the beach, it was so worth it.
That's it. We are here, I guess. The Butterfly Valley.
The water was unreal, crystal clear, framed by 2 massive cliffs. All that fear? Gone. We swam, relaxed, found this little rock ledge that worked as a diving spot.
This is a compensation for going down all the road.
Let's go!
That's life.
But then came the hard part, going back up. And let me tell you, the way back was even worse. Because this time, we met goats. Yeah, goats. You'd think, oh, cute little mountain goats. No, these guys were like ninjas. They jump from rock to rock like it's nothing, but every jump sends rocks flying down toward your head. So we basically ran uphill in pure panic. 10-kilo bags, sweaty faces, adrenaline at max. And when we finally made it back to the top, our faces looked like this.
That's my face after climbing up from the butterfly valley. Wow! Show the back. Show the back part. Jesus.
But honestly, we were proud. We did something most people don't even dare to try. As the evening rolled in, we ate some grapes growing by the roadside, caught our bus and headed to our next destination, a small coastal town called Kash. We spent the next few days in Kash, a small coastal town that instantly feels like home because we live in a similar one. It's built right on the slopes of the mountains, so every street either goes up or down. Great for your calves, terrible for flip-flops. We walked around, tried all kind of sweets and local food, ate way too much ice cream and just lived slow. But after one day of doing nothing, we already started getting itchy feet again. So we found another trail, a smaller section of the Lycian Way, and decided to go explore it. It took us just a few hours, but it was the perfect mini adventure. Along the way we ran into more goats, and this time the boss himself. The goat dad. This guy just stood in the middle of the trail, blocking everyone, demanding pets like a mafia boss collecting tribute. Eventually we made a stop by the sea, found this tiny hidden bay right next to a little harbor, swam for a while and just sat there, quiet, peaceful, no tourists. It felt like the whole world slowed down for a bit. Our final adventure was a kayak trip on the Mediterranean. We'd kayaked before in the river, but this time it's absolutely different. Waves, wind, salt in your eyes. It felt more like a mini survival challenge than a relaxing paddle. We stopped to swim, to check out some ancient Greek ruins along the coast, and then kept pushing forward. Arms on fire, our guide screams action time! Me panicking that we are not in the pace with the whole group, yet everything with smile on our faces. And by the time we reached the final stop, we rewarded ourselves with some amazing food by the marina, just watching the boats and feeling like life's pretty damn good. The last couple of days before our flight we spent in Fethiye. We slowed down, walked around town, did a bit of shopping, enjoyed the views and just recharged. No rush, no plans, just being. And that's how our little journey ended. Honestly, this was one of those trips that stays with you. We're definitely coming back, both to Turkey and to hike more of the Lycian Way. It was unforgettable. And if this video somehow inspires even one of you to go on your own trip, maybe not across the world, maybe just outside your city, it would genuinely make me happy. Because travel isn't just about the views, or the food, or the culture. It's about you. It's about discovering who you are, and in our case, discovering each other. So travel, love your life, love your people, and stay happy.